The voice that changed everything. Tanya was a quiet girl who lived in a small town. She loved reading books and watching the sky in the evening. She had many dreams, but one dream was bigger than the others. She wanted to speak English confidently. In her school, English was a compulsory subject. Tanya studied grammar rules, memorized vocabulary, and completed her homework on time. In written exams, she scored good marks, but when it came to speaking English, she felt nervous. Whenever the teacher asked her to read aloud, her heart started beating fast. Her hands became cold. Sometimes her voice even trembled. She often thought, "What if I say something wrong? What if everyone laughs at me?" Because of this fear, she avoided speaking English in class. A surprising invitation. One day, the school announced a special event, English Storytelling Day. Students were invited to tell a short story in English on stage. Most of Tanya's friends were excited. They immediately started preparing, but Tanya felt worried. "I can't do this," she told her best friend, Lisa. Lisa smiled and said, "Why not? You write beautiful English. You just need to speak." "It's not that easy," Tanya replied softly. That evening, Tanya thought deeply about the event. She remembered something her father once told her. "If you always stay inside your comfort zone, you will never grow." Those words stayed in her mind. A small decision. After thinking for a long time, Tanya made a small but brave decision. She would participate. The next day, she wrote her name on the participant list. Her teacher looked surprised but happy. "I'm glad to see your name here, Tanya." That night, Tanya searched for a simple but meaningful story. She found a short story about a young girl who was afraid of the dark but learned to face her fear. Tanya felt connected to the story. Practice makes progress. Tanya knew that she needed serious practice. She created a daily routine. Morning, read the story aloud. Afternoon, learn new vocabulary from the story. Evening, practice speaking in front of a mirror. Night, listen to English audio for pronunciation. The first day was difficult. She stopped many times. She mispronounced words like courage, shadow, and confidence. But instead of feeling embarrassed, she wrote the correct pronunciation in her notebook. She practiced slowly. Courage, confidence, opportunity. Every day, her voice became clearer. Talking to herself. Sometimes, Tanya imagined that she was already on stage. She stood in her room and said, "Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to tell you a story about courage." At first, she felt silly talking to an empty room, but slowly she became comfortable. Her younger sister once saw her practicing and laughed gently. "Are you talking to ghosts?" she joked. Tanya laughed too and replied, "No, I'm talking to my future audience." Facing doubt. A few days before the event, doubt returned. What if I forget my lines? What if my pronunciation is wrong? What if my voice shakes? She felt stressed. That evening, her mother noticed her silence and asked, "What's wrong?" Tanya explained everything. Her mother smiled and said, "Mistakes are part of learning. Even teachers make mistakes. The important thing is to try." Those simple words gave Tanya strength. The storytelling day. Finally, the big day arrived. The school hall was decorated with colorful posters. A small stage was prepared. Students and teachers filled the room. Tanya sat quietly, holding her paper. Her heart was beating loudly. One by one, students went on stage and told their stories. Some spoke confidently, some forgot a few lines. When her name was called, Tanya took a deep breath. She walked slowly to the stage. For a moment, she saw many faces looking at her. She felt nervous, but then she remembered her practice. She began, "Good morning, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today, I am going to tell you a story about a girl who was afraid of the dark." Her voice was soft at first, but steady. As she continued, something amazing happened. She forgot about the audience. She focused only on the story. She used hand gestures, she changed her tone, she made eye contact. When she finished, the hall became silent for a second. Then everyone clapped. Tanya could not believe it. Her teacher said, "Excellent, Tanya. That was wonderful." She did not win the first prize. She received the second prize, but for her, it felt like the biggest victory of her life. A new confidence. After that day, something changed inside Tanya. She was no longer afraid to speak English in class. When the teacher asked questions, she raised her hand. When a new student from another country joined the school, Tanya helped him communicate. She even started watching English interviews and movies without subtitles. Her vocabulary improved. Her pronunciation became clearer. Her confidence grew. Learning beyond the classroom. Tanya understood that English was not just a subject. It was a tool. It helped her watch international videos. It helped her read global news. It helped her communicate with people from different countries. One day, she joined an online English discussion group. At first, she felt nervous speaking with strangers, but she reminded herself, "I have done this before." She spoke slowly and clearly. Other members appreciated her ideas. That day, she realized that English had opened a new world for her. A bigger dream. Years passed. Tanya completed her school education with excellent results. She decided to study international relations at university. During her university interview, the panel asked her, "Why do you want to study this subject?" Tanya answered confidently in English, "I believe communication connects people and cultures. I want to build bridges between countries." Her answer impressed the interviewers. She was accepted. Looking back. One evening, while sitting on her balcony, Tanya thought about her journey. She remembered the shy girl who was afraid to read one paragraph aloud. She remembered the trembling voice. She remembered the first storytelling event. She smiled. What changed? Not her intelligence, not her school, not her background. What changed was her courage. She decided to face her fear. She practiced daily, she accepted mistakes, she kept going. The real lesson. Tanya often tells younger students, do not wait until your English becomes perfect. Start speaking today. She explains that fluency does not come in one day. It comes from daily practice, listening carefully, reading interesting stories, learning new words, speaking without fear. She believes that stories are powerful. Stories make vocabulary memorable. Stories improve imagination. Stories make learning enjoyable. A message for you. If you are learning English and feeling nervous, remember Tanya's story. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Start with short stories, learn 5 new words every day, speak simple sentences, listen and repeat. Do not fear mistakes. Your voice may shake at first, but one day your voice will become strong, and that voice can change everything. Moral of the story. Courage is stronger than fear. Practice builds confidence. Stories make learning interesting. Mistakes are steps towards success. Believe in yourself.